Some of you may have come across the Icom IC-9700 video that I did a couple of years ago, displaying how to put in a Leo Bodnar board to frequency discipline or to frequency lock the radio to GPS so that it is much more stable for digital modes such as Whisper, FT8, all of those kind of modes, EME and that sort of thing. Now, I got an email the other day from somebody who was asking about the calibration of the radio before you actually install the GPS module, because that's very important to do. So what I thought I'd do in this video is to run through the calibration process again, because it has changed from that video a little bit. It's actually much easier now. There's a different method that I use. I haven't calibrated my IC-9700 for a couple of years since I've done that video, so it's a good opportunity to do that today. So just a super quick recap, this is what I've got installed into my IC-9700. This is the board that sits on top of the reference oscillator location in the radio. So the idea behind this board is that you install it over the top. Here's a photo here this is on the Leo Bodnar website, by the way. You install it over the top of the reference oscillator can. There's already screw mounting holes, and there's easy step-by-step instructions. You can go and watch my video on how to do this. And what happens is you inject into it the same frequency that the reference oscillator in the radio runs at. And then what happens is that it basically overrides the internal oscillator with the GPS one, because it's much more stronger signal, and then basically frequency locks it to GPS. That's essentially what happens. Now, there is a step-by-step instruction here on how to do it, and a lot of the confusion comes when you get to this point here, pressing the menu button and reference adjusting. So that's what we're going to do today. So basically, go ahead, if this is your first time doing this, go ahead and install the board. Go back and watch my video if you like on how to do that. Once you've got the board in, then you're ready to go and to set up the reference in your radio. And the reason that you need to do this is because the radio needs to be as close on frequency as possible. Otherwise, if it's not, or if it's far off from frequency, could be a couple of hundred hertz off frequency, then this reference injection board won't work. It'll start fighting against the other frequency. If you've ever heard of a carrier warble before, it kind of sounds a little bit like that. It kind of doesn't know which frequency reference to lock to. I hope that makes sense. So you can do this with a number of different of the GPSDO references that Leo Bodnar have. I've got this one, which is the mini precision GPS reference clock here. I've also got another one of these. I did a video, not that one. I've got the 2-port one here. This is the GPSDO that I've also got. I don't run this on my 9700, but I can. Now, the differences here is that the frequency range that is available, you want to be able to do this reference calibration at the highest frequency possible. On the 9700, it is 1.2 gigs, but not all of these do 1.2 gigs. Now, the reference frequency clock that I've got goes up to a maximum of 810 megahertz, which we can do this on 70 centimeters. It'll work just fine. That's not a problem at all. You don't need to go and do it on 1.2 gigs. If you do have a frequency reference that will go that high, then that would be much better. But we will do it on 70 centimeters because this will cover that. But they do have other GPS references if you want that do go up that high. For instance, this one here goes to 1.4 gigs. But again, you don't need that for what we're going to do. So hope you're not too confused so far. Now, in my previous video on the 9700 and locking it, I mentioned that to do this reference calibration with a GPS locked beacon or some other frequency reference. Now, not everyone has this in their shack available. Now, luckily, if you do have, and you've purchased, if I can stretch this because it's got a GPS antenna attached at the moment, if you have bought the clock here, the GPSDO that you're going to be using to frequency discipline your 9700, it's actually really easy to calibrate. So what I'm going to do is, you can see here I've got it connected with USB. It's connected up to my PC. You saw that there a minute ago. I've got the USB connected to the computer. I've got the software running. I've just got a short SMA tail. There's nothing connected to this. This usually connects to the back of the radio once you get that reference board in. But I've just got it here floating because I don't. We're just looking for a leaky signal source. That's what we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is connect up the GPS antenna, and then start up the software, which we've got here already running. We've got a GPS signal here. We've got PLL lock, so we're good to go. Now you'll see that the output frequency here is this is the reference frequency in hertz of the radio, so 49.152 megahertz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my radio up on 440 megahertz, and I'm going to set this frequency here to 440 megahertz as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an extra 0 in there, and we're going to, that's 491 now, and we're going to set that there to, that's 440 megahertz. What's that? 4.4 million hertz or something like that. All right. So if we go set frequency, and you'll hear it on the radio briefly, it'll search, and there it was. You probably heard that in the background. Now, what you can do to calibrate the radio is you can either use WSJTX, and I've got that running here at the moment, or you could use something which is probably better, Spec Lab or Spectrian or Spectran. Now you'll see there that the carrier is actually, it's just off frequency here. It's very, very low in frequency. You can't hear it in the audio at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my 9700 down 1 kilohertz. So if we go down 1 kilohertz to 439,999, and you'll hear that in the speaker now, what we could see here on the spectrum view is a 1 kilohertz, or what we want to be a 1 kilohertz tone. So you can see that carrier here that has appeared. If I go back to WSJTX, that's also there as well. Now WSJTX is, you can see the little line, and as you move the cursor back here, and you can sort of get a little bit of an idea of where that's sitting. That's sort of sitting about 1020, 1030 hertz. I prefer to use Spectrum Lab because you get a lot more data points, and it just looks a lot better. So over here you can see we've got a peak of 1031 hertz. So what we want to do is we want to set this to pretty much 1000, because we're 1 kilohertz lower than the carrier frequency. So we want to set this as close to 1 kilohertz as possible. So we've got a carrier on 440 megahertz. Our radio is tuned 1 kilohertz lower. So we want to see 1 kilohertz or 1000 hertz here. So what we want to do now is set up the reference in the radio. So on the 9700, we go to menu, and then we go to set, and we go to function. That's menu item, and then scroll to the bottom, and you'll see reference adjust. Now there's two reference adjusts here. There's a coarse adjustment, and there's also a fine adjustment. Now we're pretty close there on frequency, 30 hertz off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on fine, and then I'm going to move the dial, and just notice what happens as I adjust the frequency here on the dial, and you'll see that that's shifting now a little bit further down towards 1 kilohertz. Now I've shifted the fine control all the way up to about 80% there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that back down to 50%, which is going to shift us in the opposite direction, a little bit higher. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the coarse adjustment. And you can see there that now we're even closer. If I go one more step, there we go, we're 995. So I'm going to go back to the fine adjustment now, and I'm going to try and get that right on 1000. So here as I adjust, you can see we're getting closer. If we look at that peak number, 997, 998, 999, 1000. There we go. We're pretty much smack on now. So what I would do is I would leave this for probably a good, maybe hour or two in your normal shack operating environment, because it's going to adjust based on temperature and all those sort of things. It'll drift in a little bit in and out. but we want it to be pretty much on 1000 hertz, so that what we can do is once we plug in our reference board into the radio, it's just going to lock and we're going to be right on frequency and we're going to have no problems. So that's stabilizing quite nicely now there at 1000 hertz. You can see that it is slightly dropping down a little bit, and it's only been a couple of minutes. So again, maybe leave it for an hour, come back, see where it is, and then adjust and correct as you need. So once you've done that, you can then go back to the GPS clock, and you can set back the original frequency that is for the IC-9700, and you've now locked your 9700 radio to GPS. So some of that might not make a lot of sense if you haven't been familiar with GPS locking the 9700. I hope that process helps. Let me know if it's confusing at all, or if you need help in the comments below. I'll put a link to the video of the original installation over here, as well as some other bits of information on the IC-9700.